In the ancient landscapes of southern part of India, there are 5 revered temples stand as sanctuaries of the elements of earth, water, fire, air and space. Each temple, cloaked in spiritual significance, is believed to be a living embodiment of these natural and primal forces. Each temple is a sacred testament to the elements that shape our world: earth, water, fire, air and space. Shrouded in mystery and steeped in spiritual reverence, these temples are more than just places of worship. They are believed to be the very embodiment of the divine. And these are the Pancha Bhootha Sthalas, or the 5 sacred Shiva Lingas in the southern part of India. The first one of the Pancha Bhootha Kshetras is Sri Jambukeswara, Tiruvannaikkaval, Tamil Nadu. Jambukeswarar Lingam is created and consecrated by Akhilandeswari Amman with water from the Kaveri river as the base energy form. Jambukeswarar Lingam even today has an underground stream of water that perennially oozes out water right in the middle of the Garbhagriha of the Shiva Lingam itself. Constantly surrounded by a natural spring in the Garbhagriha, this Shiva Lingam represents the ever-flowing, purifying nature of the water. It is believed that this temple embodies the nurturing and life-sustaining qualities of water, and hence this Shiva Lingam is revered as Jala Lingam, or the Lingam of water. The second one is Sri Kalahastiswara, located in Sri Kalahasti, Andhra Pradesh. Sri Kalahastiswara is consecrated with Vayu Shakti as the base energy form. No one, not even the chief priest, is allowed to touch the Shiva Lingam in this temple. This is the only temple across Bharat that is not closed during the eclipses. In fact, on the contrary, during the eclipse, this temple holds the highest spiritual significance, as Shiva in this temple is revered as the Adhipati of the Navagrahas. Sri Kalahastiswara is revered as Vayu Lingam, and interestingly, there is a constant breeze that you can feel in the Garbhagriha of this temple. Physically speaking, it could just be the architecture of your Gopuram, but spiritually speaking, this perpetual breeze, symbolizing the omnipresent and invigorating nature of the air, offers a deep connection to the life-giving breath of the divine, hence revered as Vayu Lingam. And the third one is Sri Arunachaleswara, located in Tiruvannamalai, Tamil Nadu. Sri Arunachaleswara is consecrated with Agni Shakti as the base energy form, right on the foot of Arunachalam mountain, which is now an extinct volcano. The whole volcano itself is revered as Mahadev. Also, this is the place of Lingodbhavamurti of Shiva. It is revered that this is the place where Shiva took his form of Agnistambham, which eventually transposed into Shiva Lingam, what we know today. Aruna means radiation. Achalam means mountain. The mountain that radiates is called Arunachala. Physically speaking, it could be an extinct volcano, but spiritually speaking, Arunachalam holds highest spiritual significance, where the Agni Shakti is believed to ignite the soul, offering profound enlightenment and a deep connection with the cosmic force of Agni. The spiritual significance of this mountain Arunachala is beyond comprehension. You may or may not be able to visit Mount Kailash. You may or may not be able to do a parikrama to Mount Kailash. But all that people do around Arunachala Parvatam. Just try to read the spiritual significance of Arunachaleswara and the Agni Lingam, then you will understand it for yourself. So that is Agni Lingam of Arunachaleswara. Up next is Sri Ekambareswara, located in Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu. Sri Ekambareswara is consecrated with earth as the base energy form by Kamakshi Amman. Shiva Lingam here is made of clay or mud, and there is no abhishekam done to the Shiva Lingam. And this temple has a mango tree that is more than 3,500 years old, under which this Shiva Lingam was actually consecrated. As said, this Shiva Lingam is associated with the grounding and stable force of earth. Devotees visit this ancient shrine to connect with the enduring and nurturing qualities of the earth, seeking blessings for stability and prosperity. Fifth and the last, Sri Chidambareswara, located in Chidambaram, Tamil Nadu. Chidambareswara is consecrated with space or emptiness as the base energy form. There is no Shiva Lingam in this temple at all. It's an empty room, but an empty sanctum sanctorum, or the Garbhagriha, signifying the quality of Shiva's manifestation as emptiness. And this is quite interesting. If you travel all the way to this temple, all you can see in the Garbhagriha is Nothing. It is just an empty Garbhagriha that people go to have a darshan. And this is called as Chidambara Rahasyam, or the secret of Chidambara. The secret is why people are going to that specific place to just have a darshan of an empty Garbhagriha. And the best explanation, at least I ever read, is given by Sri Abdul Kalam. Two physical qualities of Shiva Tandavam is, number one, it is performed at extraordinarily high speeds. And number two, it never stops. Shiva Tandavam is revered as the one form of Nritya that never stops. So with these two traits, Sri Abdul Kalam explained that every electron present in every atom in this universe is a manifestation of Shiva himself. And the fast spinning electrons in every atom symbolizes the presence of Shiva in every single speck of this universe. So when Shiva is present in every single speck of this universe, in every single atom and electron, spiritually speaking, you develop an equanimous vision towards everything and everyone in this world. And that is expected of a devotee who visits Chidambaraeswara. Such a beautiful explanation by Sri Abdul Kalam about Shiva precisely explains the spiritual significance of Sri Chidambaraeswara. And this is called as Chidambara Rahasyam. So that's in brief about the 5 Shiva Lingas of the Pancha Bhootha Kshetras. And one interesting pattern is all these 5 Shiva Lingas are located pretty much on the 79-degree longitude. First of all, you don't have to find some sort of a scientific aspect or a geographic element in everything that we go about our Punya Kshetras and other important places in Bharat. But this one certainly has an interesting geographic aspect to discover. To get to that, we need to understand what is Brahma Muhurtam. In Bharatiya Kalagananam, or the time computation that has been practiced in Bharat over many centuries, a day is divided into Hora or Muhurta. A Hora is 24 periods of 60 minutes each, and a Muhurta is 30 periods of 48 minutes each. In fact, the English word hour that we are using today, the 24-hour period we call a day, essentially originates from the Jyotisha Shastra. And that is the reason we still call it as an hour. Just try to understand what's the history of hour on time computation. You will end up with Bharatiya Jyotisha Shastra and Hora. But this Hora is more for societal purposes. When it comes to the divine aspects, it is more on the Muhurta. That is the reason for marriage or for any other puja, we never talk about Hora, we always talk about Muhurta. So that's 30 periods of 48 minutes each. So a Brahma Muhurtam is a period of 48 minutes window that starts 96 minutes before the sunrise of that specific day. Now coming to the geographic pattern of the Pancha Bhootha Kshetras, when you calculate the Brahma Muhurtam of each of these Pancha Bhootha Kshetras and Sri Ujjain Mahakaleshwar, which is revered as the Lord of Time, here is the pattern. When Pancha Bhootha Lingas reaches their mid-range of Brahma Muhurtam, the Brahma Muhurtam at Ujjain Mahakaleshwar will just begin. So what? Well, to understand so what, you need to understand the significance of Brahma Muhurtam, which is of highest levels of spiritual significance, and in all these temples have certain very important rituals that start at the Brahma Muhurta. All these Pancha Bhootha Kshetras represent the 5 primal and elemental forces of nature, and Ujjain Mahakaleshwar is revered as the Lord of Time and Death. When the Brahma Muhurtam of Ujjain Mahakaleshwar begins, all the 5 elements of nature, both geographically and spiritually, will be awakened at its full potential with the sunrise on any given day. And all the 5 Pancha Bhootha Lingas, Prithivyapas Tejo Vayur Akasha Lingas, which are manifestations of Shiva, under the command and control of Ujjain Mahakaleshwar, which is also the manifestation of Shiva, who is the Adhipati of time and death. Well, all our lives hinges on these 6 aspects, the 5 elements and the time. And this is the reason I always say, Iti Sarvam Shivam.